different. Different. We are all different. No matter what it is. Sports, school, music. But what if someone was different with something we all take for granted? Well, that's me.
I'm Ted Celeste, a state representative here in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm the principal sponsor of House Bill 96. And the origin of House Bill 96 came about quite a few years ago, actually, when I met Janice Mitchell at a meeting of entrepreneurs in downtown Columbus. And she said, I've got something I need to talk to you about. And Janice is a very persuasive woman and told me all about her experience with dyslexia and how difficult it was for her in school and in college, and how she managed to get along with her dyslexia. And as a result of that, we talked about what we could do legislatively to increase the awareness throughout Ohio and in school districts to help identify and screen young people that have difficulty with dyslexia. We spent a number of meetings together talking about this, and House Bill 96 is a result of that work. We first introduced it last year but ran out of time to get anything done, so it was reintroduced this year, and we've been successful in getting it passed in the House, and it's now over in the Senate, and we're excited about what the future looks like in the Senate and our ability to actually get this enacted.
I think it's a matter of ignorance. They don't know. This is a whole language state. Ohio is the birthplace of reading recovery, which does not believe in teaching basic skills. These kids need very systematic, explicit instruction in basic skills. Our teacher training institutes don't recognize dyslexia and don't use those teaching systems. And we're not training our school psychologists. It's really a matter of education. I don't think it's ignorant. I don't think it's deliberate. It's really a matter of not training the people who are on the front lines to do this. And that's why we want it up front, so it's not buried. And it's only recently that the spectrum has come to be recognized the way it is. And dyslexia is still, even though we have 80 to 85% of our kids that are just SLD, that are dyslexic, 10 to 20% of the population, people still think it's reading backwards and they don't realize it exists.
Reading has to be learnt. In order to read, we use three key areas on the left-hand side of the brain, and they all work simultaneously. In the front of the brain, there is an area used for sounding out words in our head or out loud. It also starts to break down words into similar sounds known as phonemes, like the letter T is T. At the back of the brain, there is an area for analysing words, which pulls the word apart even more by analysing the syllables and the phonemes, as in tiger. And the third area is responsible for detecting word forms, allowing us to instantly recognise words without having to sound them out. The more activation in this area, the more able a reader can glide through print without hesitation. This is the area that has been shown to function differently with some dyslexic people.
As my report card, it was the highest grades I could get. Hi, my name is Ella Marshall. I am 9 years old and I'm a I think it should be a law that kids are identified in kindergarten or first grade if they are dyslexic. I was identified last year. Schools need highly trained teachers like mine to come in to my school and I am here to make a difference. I would like to be the President of the United States one of these days. Thank you for letting me speak.
Can I just note that
Thank you, Alan.
we wrote that together and she memorized things very well.
Okay, right.
I'll be there.
And you want to wait a second? There may be a few questions for you all. So stay there. It's a darn good report card. I wish I'd ever had a report card that looked like that.
How you doing? My name is Sean Stevenson. I'm here at COSI today discussing dyslexia in the community and how it affects us and how we can work with it and live with it. I'm going to take part in the panel today to express what I feel about people with dyslexia, because I've been diagnosed to be one of those who had dyslexia, and I've lived with it all my life. And we're going to come up with some solutions today. Well, I mean, you can tell how it's set up, because if people invest in prisons and invest in schools the same way they invest in prisons, we could get these things done.
Right.
You know, so that tells you how they feel about education.
Yeah.
You know, a prison guard gets paid more than a school teacher.
Yeah.
You know, in order for our young people to stay out here, they need that teaching, they need that love, they need that support.
Right.
You know, so that's a problem. That needs to be addressed by Congress and everyone else.
But we decided that we needed to bring a little bit more awareness, and that the state of Ohio, once again, we needed to try again. And then we had another lady that needed to join us that we were going to try one more time. And that would be Rebecca Tolson. Rebecca, come on up.
Charlotte says to come up and say a few words. I'm Rebecca Tolson, and I've worked for a year now with Representative Schuring. It has been a pleasure to work with somebody that is committed to education and children. And it is encouraging to me that we have politicians that care enough about teachers and children that want to advance what research and science tells us works. I'm a language therapist, and I work one-on-one with students, but I also have had the opportunity the last 2 years to work with teachers. And I run workshops and training and graduate courses through Ashland University. And with my experience, and I'll share with you, this is a little part of my testimony that I gave to the House and will give to the Senate. But what's shocking to me is that when I meet with teachers and I tell them about the definition of dyslexia, and I share the research, and I inform them of what structured language is, teachers don't know.
Hi, my name's Janice Mitchell. I support House Bill 96 because when I was in kindergarten, I was put in a mentally retarded class, and all through my life had difficulty reading and multiplying and arithmetic. Had tutors all the way through school and college as well. Took me 9 years to graduate from Ohio State. Graduated high school with a GPA of 1.7. Championed this bill because I feel that it's very important to get children through high school beyond the 4th grade into a reading level that's appropriate with their level.
Thank you. It's been an honor to be a part of House Bill 157. I'm the joint sponsor with Representative Letson. The idea for the legislation came from a local dyslexia specialist, Rebecca Tolson, and what we're trying to do at the end of the day with both bills is make sure that we have early detection and intervention for children with dyslexia, because we know they can learn at a regular pace if they get the proper education. And if they can then learn with the other students, then they will go on throughout their educational years and become productive and self-sufficient members of our society. So it's very, very important that we do this. I feel confident that both bills stand a very good chance of becoming law, and will work tirelessly to make that happen. One thing I want to say before I turn the microphone back over is that this advocacy has been special. I've been in the legislature now for 18 years, and I've worked with a lot of different interest groups. This one is extraordinary. This one, you can feel the passion, and I know why they're so passionate, because they're making a difference in the lives of young people, and that is a very, very worthwhile cause, and I commend everybody for doing it.
I'm Representative Brenner, and I'm a joint sponsor with Representative Sless on House Bill 96. We also introduced a joint bill as well to introduce Dyslexia Awareness Month for the month of October. That was introduced just a couple weeks ago. I believe that bill, along with Representative Schuring's bill, are definite steps in the right direction for dyslexics. But not only that, but I serve on the House Education Committee, and the one-size-fits-all system that we have here in Ohio doesn't work. And it's something that we need to change and we need to improve. And dyslexia is just, I think, one symptom in our education system that needs to be changed. And if we can help dyslexics by early screening and make it so that they can read down the road, it helps society out. It saves a lot of people a lot of frustration, a lot of time, and it helps a lot of students as well, and gets their anxieties and gets them over with that. So Janice Mitchell here has been basically one of the main advocates that I've talked to about this. She has been a great advocate, a lot of great information, and I just got to say, this dyslexia community has really stepped up to help try to get this bill through as well. So.